Yeah, I might end up doing some videos and all that, but the thing about videos, I don't got that much space on my phone. Wasn't able to bring my camera with me, so all I got is my phone. So the cool thing about doing lives is that they don't take up space on my phone. I don't have to do any editing, and I'm just here live and direct. So I left my house in New York about 12 o'clock. Around 12, the airport's right by my house. The flight took me, well, first of all, I got through security real fast. So I had about 2 hours of wait before my flight, maybe about an hour and a half wait until the boarding time. We got on the flight. The flight was very smooth and short. The flight from New York City to Toronto is less than an hour. It was like 50 minutes, smooth as ever. Took off on time, landed a little early, I even think. Got here, I didn't have to do any kind of border interview. It benefits me that I'm a dual citizen. I'm a Canadian and a US citizen. So I can come and go as I please, and I don't really get asked too many questions. Matter of fact, I got asked no questions, because if y'all have traveled recently, they have the kiosks, and if your answers, I guess, are certain type of answers, yeah, you've been watching offline. Then back to watch this with sound. Toronto lady, do you live in Toronto? Are you from Toronto? Do you actually live here? I'm not actually going to be in Toronto for the whole weekend, but I am going to spend some time here. My family lives elsewhere. What's up, Renee? I'm on the Up Express. There's traffic, so the car hasn't moved yet. I'm waiting for it to move. So I needed something to do, so I said, what better thing to do than hop on here with y'all. Hold on. Yeah. This is the view of the 401. Y'all who live here already know. Y'all already know. I guess I can't see the CN Tower or anything from here, but when I can, when it comes into view, I'm gonna take probably some pictures and some videos. I'm pretty much tourist when I come back here nowadays. It is what it is. I was here in July, so I usually go twice a year, and 2020 and I think 2021 I didn't go at all, and that was different for me because I'm used to going every single year, 2 times a year. IJ, I don't remember. Do you live out here? Renee, you live around here, right? I don't know. There's a lot to remember. Who lives here? Let's just say that. Who lives in this area? I would like to know. Not you. Well, what was it? Philly? Philly? I'm probably way off right now. Sorry about that. What happened was so many. You're in PA. Yeah, I knew it was PA. I knew it was PA. At least I wasn't that far off. If it's not Philly, at least I got the right state. Yeah, that does nothing for me. I've been in so many places in PA. I couldn't tell you left from right. Pittsburgh. I've never been to Pittsburgh. Texas. Oh, so you just wanted to see what Toronto looks like, IJ. Got you. I've always wanted to see Texas. But I'm so intimidated by the heat over there. So intimidated by the heat. I need this train to start moving though. Trying to get to my destination. I'm meeting up with some high school friends, which is cool for me. Some of them I've seen recently, but some of them I haven't seen since high school, which was
Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
almost
just
20
wanted
years
to
ago at this
for
point.
some technical issues on the signals ahead of us. We're trying to resolve a more comfortable solution or temporary solution for you guys. We'll keep you posted as soon as we know what's going on. And again,
Oh,
thank
we're
you
stuck on here for a minute. So I guess I'm hanging out until we start moving. I'm only going to be in Canada until Sunday, but I'm only going to be in Toronto tonight and a little bit of tomorrow. Because I keep saying Toronto is my city, but it's not actually my city. It's like 45 minutes away from where I was born. But I love it out here. It's like a calmer, cleaner, nicer version of New York City. Don't fight me, any New York City people. Well, I see none of the NYC people are on here, but I know if they were on here, they would be like, what are you talking about? How about it looks like New York, especially with the way they've renovated it these days. But the people are nicer, the city is cleaner. The traffic is about the same though. The traffic sucks out here. They got this highway called the 401. To me, it's just as bad as California, LA, and it's worse than New York City. To me. Maybe they don't drive as crazy as those places, but there's just beaucoup traffic. Oh, Louisiana. I have a friend from NOLA, which they let me know that NOLA is its own entity. They said, we don't say Louisiana out here if we live in New Orleans. We say NOLA. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a specific designation for New Orleans, but now I know. Now I know. I will never call it New Orleans again. Oh, do you? Oh. Okay, so I guess it's like local slang or something. NOLA. It's like local slang. It's like, I guess maybe it's like... Yeah, definitely Van Hoot. If I was even here... So the thing is, I'm only in Toronto for like less than 24 hours and I already have plans. So if I was here for a week like I usually stay for, I could have made like a day. Especially tonight where they have a Raptors game going on. I definitely would have wanted to stop somewhere, watch the Raptors versus Nets game. Matter of fact, well, no, the game was in Brooklyn. If I was still in New York, I'd be at that game. Because I go to a Raptors Brooklyn game every single year, at least one, sometimes two. You've been out here since '88. Oh, I left Canada in 2004. That was my last year living here, 18 years ago. So I have now officially spent more of my life in the USA than Canada. Even though I grew up in Canada, all my adult years have been here. Because I left here at, what, 16? 17? Something like that? Yeah. Oh no, maybe that's about... Yeah, it's almost exactly the same. It's almost right in the middle. I've spent one more year here than I spent in Canada. I left because... Well, I left because I was school age and my family left. So I left with them. So it wasn't actually a case of me making a choice and then I stayed here a long time. I went to college here. Then I ended up getting my green card. I had it for a number of years, and then I ended up getting a dual citizenship. Will I stay here the rest of my life? No, I'm not gonna say yes or no. I'm not gonna necessarily retire in New York City, I'll tell you that much. But whether I come back to Canada to live depends on a lot of factors, but it's not ruled out of the equation. It's always on my mind. I'm always feeling at peace when I come here. This is where I'm comfortable. Amari, where are you from? And thank you. Van Hoot, are you far from Union Station? Do you actually live in Toronto or you live on the outskirts? You don't have to give me the specific place. I just want to know. You live close by Union Station or outskirts of the city? It is a beautiful place. I wish the train would move so I could show you a little bit more. Okay. My sister Van Hoot used to live in on the Danforth. I loved it over there. So many that's Greek town. So many Greek restaurants. I love me some Greek food. And also there is a train station right there, and you're like 2 stops away from getting into the heart of the city. So you don't even need a car. Take you right over there to the middle of the city and you're good from there. I told her she lived in a real ideal location. Oh, okay. Dunland Station. I know where that is. New York. I probably knew that, Amari. Y'all were telling me this during the Big Brother season, but that was when I had 200 plus people on the live, so I couldn't keep track. I have to admit. Right on the edge. Born and raised. I moved to New York when I was... I moved to New York in 2006. Man. So I've been in New York on and off for like 16 years. That's a long time. I never thought I would be here that long. Square Boy. What is Square Boy? A restaurant or something? Because mind you, I'm not a current Torontonian. Matter of fact, I remember when I came here a few years ago and I was like, this place looks like New York now. They have all these US stores. What's up, D? What is going on? I've been at this stop since the time I started this video. Oh, maybe I've seen it, Van Hoot. Possibly I've seen it. What time is it? 5:17. Slovakia on a bun. I love me some Greek food, for real. Thank you. D, you're from Canada, right? Which part? Ottawa. I have family that lives in Canada. Ottawa, I love downtown Ottawa with the Parliament building and the scenery and all that stuff. I used to go there. We used to go there all the time, like once a month when I was a kid. Not Ottawa specifically, but Canada. But when we were in Canada, we would go to Ottawa just to spend time there on the weekends. I use a software. I honestly haven't done an edited video in probably 2 months, which is funny because I used to only do edited videos. But I use something called Wondershare because I've had a free subscription to that since I was in college, and that was about 2006 or something. Harling Avenue. I know exactly where that is. Wow, it's nice over there. iMovie. Yeah, I don't have an iPad, so I mean, I don't have an iPad or an iPhone. I don't know if you're referring to the iPhone or if they have an iMovie on the MacBook as well. If I was to ever get a Mac anything, it would be a MacBook. Because I went to a photography school for a summer, and I would bring my what are those things called? iMacs, the computer monitors that are actually like the iPhone computers, and I would bring my SD card and do my editing there. Best editing ever. And I'm a Windows, Android, not so much Windows, more Android supporter, but Mac video software is the truth. Mac video software is the truth. When I am able to put together enough money, I'll get one. I know friends that are like, oh, I rented one, or I'm doing the rent to own. I refuse. I already have a car note that I gotta pay off. I did the rent to own with a phone before. Shoot. I ended up spending way more than the phone costs at the end of the day, because they have this whole, you pay like 15% extra off top, and then if you don't finish paying within 90 days, you get all that interest charge that you didn't pay on the first 90 days. Yeah, I will pay the whole thing instead of month to month. The car I only did because it was more of a necessity, because I do so many projects that I needed to get to where I needed to go quickly and efficiently, and I carry a lot of equipment with me, so it's dangerous for me, Ubers and trains and stuff, so having the car was a necessity. But anything else, getting a phone on layaway or that kind of thing is just unnecessary to me. I'll save for the phone. Even if it's $1,000, I can spend a month or two saving the $1,000 that I need for that, instead of paying like $2,000 at the end of the renting period. I bought a $300 phone, and it was a Samsung Galaxy S6, and the value was $300, and I could have paid it off because I had the $300. They said, do you want to do the rent to own? So the 20%, sorry, I'm usually good at math, but I'm on the spot here. But let's just say 20% of 300. Somebody tell me 20% of 300 real quick. What's 20% of 300? 40, 80, 120, 60, 60? Okay, thank you. So $60 off the top that you have to pay. So we're $360 already. And then it was like, you have 90 days to pay it off, and if you don't pay it off in full, the entire interest for those 90 days goes on there. Plus, if you did like a 60-month, because they let you do up to a 60-month payment plan. If you went to 60-month, it would have been $1,800. The amount that I did, it was $900. So it was a $300 phone if I bought it that day, plus tax, maybe like $350 max, that I ended up paying $500, and I said I'm never doing rent to own on a phone ever again. I don't need to rent a phone. Get out of here. I tried Final Cut and I tried Premiere VanHook, but it's just that I'm decent at video editing, but I found those both to be pretty complicated. My software is not the best that I use, but it's the easiest. I know, I could have had two phones. I could have had two nicer phones than the one I got, as a matter of fact. I'm glad that this was back in the day when the phones were $300. you could get a pretty brand new phone for $300. We still haven't moved, by the way. I've been sitting here for 20 minutes. We still have not moved. iMovie is simple and nice for an iPhone user. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But it's like it's two different languages. I was do like me, no credit card. I've had people tell me that. I really want to be about that life, D. That life makes so much sense. Only spend the money if you have it. Because people don't think about the fact that if you have like 4 or 5 credit card payments to make, even if they're $30, $40 a piece, you need it like maybe for emergencies, but you don't necessarily have to have one in terms of your day-to-day expenses. I thought my friend get a credit card, buy one packet of gum. Yeah, I mean, you have to build your credit, but in terms of like you go to a store and they're like, oh, 15% off if you get a Macy's card, and then you came in with the money to buy whatever it is that you're gonna buy. You spend $100. They say you have to spend $100 to get the 15 off, and then.
Alright, folks, we have somewhat of a good news for you guys. We're not going to Union. We're not going back to. We're not going to Union, unfortunately, but we will be able to get you back to Pearson and Lake, where you can arrange for other kinds of transportation and what you guys need to do. And hopefully we have alternative transportation for you guys back to Union if you guys need to go to Union. So.
Oh, that's wild.
We'll be heading back to the airport. Thank you very much.
You heard that, Van Hoot? I sat here for 20 minutes and they're talking about, unfortunately, we're not taking you to Union, we're taking you back to the airport. And hopefully you can find alternative transportation from there. That is so whack and inconvenient. I'm so pissed. Yeah, I might as well. This is crazy because I had specific plans and I had someone picking me up from Union at 6, but that's not happening anymore. Now I have to figure out, and I paid for my ticket to get there, so I'm waiting for someone to come here and explain this to me so I can figure out what to do from here. That is some BS. I have a friend who has no credit card and has a 780 credit score. Not to brag. Yes, to brag. My credit score is almost 800, and I did that during the pandemic. They can't do that. That's whack, right? I've been sitting here like 23 minutes. Like, at this point, I might as well have just taken an Uber. This is wild. This has never happened to me. I've taken this train so many times. It's just one of those days. The thing is, for certain jobs, you know what's so crazy? When I worked at Macy's, they ran a credit check. Okay, you didn't have to get your credit run for Macy's. Van Hoot, I always wear glasses, but I rarely wear them on here. But when I'm not on here, I always wear glasses. I hope they will reimburse me. I hope they're gonna refund me too. And I wish they could give me something extra for sitting on here for 25 minutes. Plus standing in a 20-minute line before I get here. so we're talking.
Once again, folks, we will be heading back to the airport in a few minutes. We are just waiting for our authority from the rail traffic controller to authorize us to head back to the airport. It shouldn't be taking too long now. Thank you.
I could have taken the local train, guys. I don't know if you guys have something like that in your area, but I could have hopped on the local train. Yes, it's not as comfortable and convenient. Take a little bit longer, but it's cheaper, and I would have been there already. Trust me. I could have used the TTC. I know exactly how to get there. It's just that the Up Express is faster and usually more convenient, but hey. I drew the short straw today. I have family that works in different areas, you know, but I won't say publicly, and you need credit scores that are high to avoid being compromised. That's what I'm saying. They leave you high and dry. Like, I'm probably in a better position than most just due to knowing the area. But imagine if I was traveling here and have never been here before, didn't know where I was going, and someone told me, get on this train and it's going to take you to downtown Toronto. And then they're like, oh, we're not actually going. Find alternatives. It would be like, what? The inconvenience to me is mostly just the time I'm spending here, which is making me super late for the people I'm supposed to be meeting up. This is wild. Just tell your people you'll be late and we can watch the game. If a game wasn't like 2.5 hours, I would do that. I would definitely do that. New York City, there's a million ways to get you where you need to go. Yeah, I gotta get my refund. They gotta run me my refund. Mark, you thinking about it too. Okay, looks like we're moving back. We just moved like 1 minute of moving and stopped. And now we're moving the 1 minute back to get back to the airport. This is wild. I need someone to yell at. I need someone to yell at. Some burgers, throw some cilantro. That sounds good. Hi, Shy. What's up? Everyone has been on here watching me sit in one spot for half an hour, trying to get to the center of Toronto, only for them to be like, oh, something happened that we're not going to tell you about. And now we're just taking you back to where we started from. This is some bull jive, as Shannon Sharp would say. Some bull jive. Did they say that this is not going to, none of them are going to Union Station anymore? So what's the alternative? Taking the TTC, the Uber?
So if we cannot wait the next one, no?
No?
Oh.
I thought that's what they said.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking as well. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe ask her.
Yeah, like I need to find someone to ask.
Because
I don't have. Yeah, I know.
when you hear and nothing and then do another.
They're saying the train won't go there at all. Any of them?
Oh, okay.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Yeah, I can ask another.
Yeah. I hope somebody knows. We are here for the live. Yeah, just in case anything wild happens and I'm talking to somebody. uh, where's the customer service though? Is there a customer service? That's what they're trying to tell me, Amari. Seems like that's what they're trying to tell me. Sorry. Is this like the information desk? No? Yes? To get a refund? Oh. So the line is back here.
Vía, ven, nosotros esperamos aquí. Mientras Daniel se pasa eso.
This is so inconvenient. There may be a go bus. This ain't cheap neither. I mean, I know this is Canadian dollars, but $12.35 for 2 stops, please. Come on, man. This has never happened to me before. It says it stops Bloor and Dundas, then Dundas, and then Union. What? I'm missing something, Lisa. Are you from Toronto, Lisa? I know you're in Canada. Are you from Toronto specifically? Sure. This is wild. Oh, north of TO. Okay. Yeah, Lisa. So I was on the up for like 30 minutes. Then they told us that it's not going to Union. So I'm leaving it on here.
Huh? No, but you have to do that. It's impolite. Just keep talking.
Are we? Nobody has talked to him yet?
No. I don't know.
He's just sitting on the phone.
Yeah.
I guess people have places to go, but I want.
Well, but we are sitting here. At least like let us know what happened. What the fuck is going on?
Everyone's tight. Tight. What did they say? Nothing? Nobody saying anything?
He's so impolite talking on the phone. I can't believe what's happening. They just told us one thing about it. They told us that the train that we were sitting there.
Everyone get back on the train. Everyone get back on the train.
Is it going where we're supposed to go though?
Everyone get on the train right now. We'll be leaving without you. Everyone get on the train.
Yo, what a a-hole. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Excuse my language. But the guy said nothing to us and then said, everyone get back on the train right now, otherwise it's gonna leave without you. Why are you so pissy for? You're the one inconveniencing hundreds of us. Like, we sat on this train for half an hour already. Came back. They said none of these trains are going. Now they said get back on right now or you're gonna get left. Y'all heard that. I'm agitated. I'm agitated. This train better go where it's supposed to go. Otherwise, y'all gonna see something crazy on this camera. Everything's gotta come off. I'm over it. Okay, where are we at here? It's ridiculous. I'm not happy with the way they're treating you. Sorry, Mark. So much disrespect. Yo. Don't let them try you. That's crazy. This is real. I was going to say something, but I also didn't want to miss the train, Van Hoot. If they turn around, man, let's just hope that doesn't happen. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I'm on camera so I can watch this back. No, I'm not going crazy in here. That's shitty. I'm stuck in a time loop. Get off the train, get on the train, get off the train, get on the train. This should have been where it was supposed to be in like 20 minutes. He said that because everybody was talking to him and telling him like, what are you doing? Why are you not responding to anybody? So he did that so he wouldn't have to actually speak to anyone. You know, like humans do. Let them know, hey, sorry, we had some kind of issue, mechanical, traffic, whatever it is. I apologize for that. Some people actually just bounced and will probably just lose the money they paid for the ticket, because anyone who lives here knows that these expire in an hour. So round two. What time is it? It's 5:40. I'm so mad. I was supposed to be at my destination at 5:30. Let me see if I take some time to text my friend really quick if the live will let me come back on. If not, I'll open up a new one. Thanks, y'all. Yeah, I might as well have gotten on a Lyft at this point. But I already paid for my Up Express ticket, so it is what it is, man. But I appreciate that nonetheless. Wouldn't Lyft be pretty expensive though from here? I'm pretty sure Lyft would be pretty expensive. Because when I was coming, yeah, you can sit there. Because when somebody was coming from, oh, you were gonna drive. Oh, okay. You have a car in the city, bro? You made it. You made it. I would have taken it though, because aside from that, I was kind of stranded. I would have definitely taken it if he hadn't made that announcement right then and there. And he made it seem like it was such a big rush and we're still not moving. They wanted everyone to get exercise and frustration. Yeah, people are pissed. And they're not this crazy. They're not. I feel like I'm in New York right now, D. It's not usually like this over here. It's not usually like this out here. This is the first time for me. First time experience. I feel like I'm still in NYC. Hopefully. That's what I heard. It's like, hopefully we're gonna get you there this time. No, it can't be no hopefully. If it's hopefully, they don't want to put this cart back in the same place that it was for whoever is sitting there having to explain that. People are already mad enough. Just been lazy about going. I know every time I stay in the U.S., they tell me they are. No, they are though, Lisa, by comparison. I know there's rude ones too, but overall, as a whole, by comparison, people are much more polite and friendly in Canada. Here in Vaughan, it is friendly overall, definitely. I'm not leaving until you're safe. Thank you. It's just rush hour. Yeah, I guess I've never really come at this time. I'm usually here earlier or later. I can't believe this guy said hopefully hopefully we're gonna get what we paid to go to. Hopefully. Yeah. At least we're moving though. Yeah, we're moving. We didn't get an explanation as to why we stopped for 37 minutes and then went back and got back on. But hey, I had places to be too. I'm inconveniencing a lot of people. It's not my fault, but my people had plans to get me, and I'm having to tell them that I'm super late. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys at least a little bit of Union Station and a little bit CN Tower, that type of stuff. That's really why I'm on here. Let's see. Sunset's early in this area. I love it down there. I don't go enough anymore. Lisa, I was born in Hamilton. I was raised in Oshawa area. Coming over here was like a 45-minute drive. I only came over here really for the Sky Dome, the Air Canada Center, and the Science Center when I was in school. I used to love the trips to the Science Center. That place is lit. My favorite thing to do in the Science Center was to go to the 3D theater. I would always make my way over there. Toronto is my favorite city in the world, by far. I haven't been to every city, but of the cities I've been to, that's my number one. You have never been there, Van Hoot? Wow. Maybe because you live close to the area, because I lived outside of there, so for us, it was a real, maybe touristy thing. Very fun. Day off school. Oh, you did not grow up here. That's why. Adults usually don't go to this. I mean, I'm sure some do, but it's more of like a student thing to do, so I can understand that now. I've been to the aquarium. It's nice in there too. The aquarium is right off this Union Center stop. Union Station. I don't know why I called it Union Center. School trips there, good. Yep. Fun times. Thanks for the likes, by the way. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the company. If this had not happened on camera, I would have been significantly more pissed. Way more pissed. Indy? No, Indy's manager. So it was weird because it seemed like Indy's manager made the schedule and then reached out to her afterwards. And then Indy told her, I don't have time this week. So it wasn't like, I was thinking that Indy already agreed, but the manager ran it by Indy, but didn't tell her when. So then she was like, okay, this is the time I'm giving you. I'll check in with Indy and see if she's free. And then she ended up telling me Indy's not free this week. So it's pending. But I'm realizing it's pending based on me continuing to reach out. So it's going to take some more effort on my end to make sure that happens. I'm here visiting my sister. She lives here, and I'm visiting some friends also, and my grandma, who lives not far from here. I come here twice a year typically, before COVID happened. The aquarium is solid to go on New Year's Eve. They have a more adult party style thing going. Nice. Safe travels again. Thanks, Shanna. We are moving. It looks like we're going to our destination today. He's gonna come get lit with me. At this point, Van Hoot, the game starts in an hour and a half. Keelan Wilson, I know where that is. Give me 1 second, y'all. I gotta check my message. Okay, I updated my friend. He's now gonna pick me up like 6:30ish, which is crazy. He was gonna pick me up at 5:20. It became 6:30. Most of that time just sitting here. I don't know if you're into basketball, Lisa, or maybe Van Hoot would be able to tell me this. I saw when they named a street Kyle Lowry Way. Kyle Lowry was one of my favorite Raptors, and when the last time I was here, I went out and looked for it, and the GPS took me somewhere, and it wasn't there. I don't know if I just didn't know how to follow the direction, or if it's a commemorative thing that they only put up for the day, but I couldn't find it, and I was so mad because it took me so long to get there from Hamilton. They wasted money on that contract. I love that. Was a bad move. It was a good move for himself, but it was a bad move for Miami. He needed to go to a team that had all the pieces in place and just needed his veteran leadership, because he's not producing at that level he used to. And he's 36, man. He's not that far off. He's a year older than me, but 36 in basketball years is old. Yeah, they're not getting to the conference finals again, I don't think. I think that was a fluke. I mean, granted, they did make the finals, but I still think it's a fluke. Last year was like a light year in the East. He called him fat in the post game. Wow. I was a huge Mighty Mouse fan. I loved that squad, and I was a huge Vince Carter fan up until his last year in Toronto. I was so mad when he kept getting injured every other game. Then all of a sudden he goes to New Jersey and becomes Iron Man. What are y'all doing this Friday? Did you? Lisa, you always be telling me something new. I actually went to see a Raptors game, Lisa, when they played in the Sky Dome. That's how long I've been a Raptors fan. Easy. I've only been to the Rogers Center a couple of times, but the majority of the place I was at the most was the Air Canada Center. When they used to call him Air Canada Carter. Back when all the players used to be like, I don't want to go to Toronto, I don't want to go to Canada. He was the first one to be like, it's nice. It's nice over there, guys, even though it's cold and even though you gotta pay more taxes and do like immigration stuff. Okay, where are we at? Weston Station.
Western Station.
Sorry about that. I loved the Sky Dome. I went to the Leafs before, plenty of times, and the Blue Jays. My guy on the Blue Jays was Carlos Delgado. That was my guy. I have like an autographed baseball from one of those 90s teams that Carlos was on.
Next stop is Bloor. First station is the next.
Laundry. Don't remind me. I have a pile waiting for me at home in New York. Gaming and watching TV at the same time. I don't have a laundry in my house anymore, which sucks. I always am used to having a laundry machine either in my actual house or like in the basement if it was an apartment complex, but now I have to go to the laundromat, which is least favorite place. I get so much anxious energy in the laundromat. I have banners from the 92-93 World Series as well. That time was an amazing time to be living in Canada. Probably unless you lived in Toronto. But I remember being up watching the games every night. Joe Carter. Joe Carter was the man. Yeah. So it seems like I'm gonna hop back on once I get to my destination because I just have to update friends and family. But I'll be back to show you guys a little bit of the city before I head over to my friend's place. So check y'all later.